Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, and I'm back to bring you more news and commentary you can use. Listen y'all, it's a rainy afternoon here in Georgia. I'm making my way through the traffic, but what I wanted to come on and say is this. I wanted to come on and give you all an update on the Texas wildfires. Okay, you all remember here on the channel I know at least one video where I was explaining to you all what was happening over in the state of Texas. Okay, we talked about, as a matter of fact, we talked about Texas several times concerning the border crisis, migrant crisis, and now Texas, is dealing with the aftermath of what is said to be the largest wildfire in Texas history. Think about that, y'all, okay? If you're not familiar with what I'm speaking about, I'm going to put a link to my previous video on the same topic so that you can kind of catch up on what's going on or what has happened. But what I want to come on and give you all updated on is the fact that they're now saying, reports are now saying that the wildfire is 100% contained, meaning that fighting, what is left of the fire is back in the hands of the local fire department in those areas, I'm pretty sure that, being that this wildfire burned millions, so many millions, over 1 million acres rather, of mostly land that was used for cattle ranching, to my understanding. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Think about that, y'all. Not only was this the largest wildfire in Texas state history, but it also scorched over 1 million acres. Think about that, y'all. Many people were affected by this. I'm also learning that there were several people who lost their life in this situation. I pray for their families. There's even one family of a lady who lost her life. They have filed a wrongful death lawsuit. I'm going to do some research on that, see what information is about that. But a lot of people were impacted by that. People lost family members, loved ones. I even spoke about how the cattle ranchers lost over, and I believe at this point in time, at the time of this video, the number is estimated to be over 7,000, I believe 350 cattle were lost in this wildfire. Now, you all correct me if I'm wrong, but the cost of a cow, the cost of a cow or cattle can be in the thousands of dollars, $2,000, $3,000, maybe even more than that, right? You take that number and you multiply it times, what did I say, 7,350, and see what number you come up with, That's a great loss. Many people, this was their way of life, They were cattle ranchers. That's what they did for a living. Also, from my understanding, the government has opened up a site where, or I say opened up, but a site has been made available to those affected where they can go on and apply for assistance in the form, I believe, of loans. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the information that was shared. So the question I want to ask is, should these people have to go into debt? I don't know all the provisions of this loan, or even if it's a grant. I'm not sure how it works, but should these people have to go? Now, let me say this, y'all. In times of disaster, there is usually some assistance made available to those who meet the criteria for the assistance. But the question I'm asking is, should these people, business owners, cattle ranchers, whoever it may be that fit the criteria, right, for this assistance, should they have to go into debt after already having suffered devastation, life-changing events, right? Should they have to go into debt now to continue on with rebuilding, replacing things that were lost? Should they have to go into debt for that? I'm just asking because it was mentioned that I believe loans were made available to them. Should there be other forms of assistance where they don't have to potentially repay? But let me get your thoughts on that. Please comment. you know, not only were 1 million acres scorched and burned, okay, but from my understanding, the cattle, okay, they actually grazed on that land. So right now there's no grass. Okay, they hope and pray that the grass will, you know, that the grass will grow and that the land is just not a total complete loss. Speaking of the cattle, okay, there were so many cattle that will have to, or that have had to be put down due to injuries that were beyond, I guess, by whatever parameters or criteria, injuries beyond being able to sustain their lives. It's just a very tragic situation. And again, I asked the question, what caused these wildfires? Now they're saying that it has something to do with a down, allegedly a down power line, some power lines. But y'all, I hate to say this because I'm treating it as a very serious situation, because there were people, humans, that lost their lives as well. But do you believe that it was due to a power line being down, turned into a wildfire that burned over 1 million acres? That turned out to be the largest wildfire in Texas history. Something just don't sound right about that, do it, y'all? I'm asking questions. What really happened? And that's what I asked in the video. What really happened? What really caused these wildfires in the state of Texas? Okay, so let me know your thoughts on that. It's very concerning, very alarming. These people have to now rebuild. Okay, they have to pick up pieces, literally rebuild their lives. People have been displaced. Okay, people, those who may have lost their homes, they are now displaced. They live in a different area. They're having to find, they may be in temporary housing, but they're going to have to now look for permanent housing. Okay, it's a lot going on with this situation, but let me know your thoughts. I just want to come on and update you all to let you know that according to my sources, the Texas wildfires have been contained. Fighting the wildfires, the Texas wildfires, is back in the hands of the local firefighters, and the people in those areas, or who were affected, lived in those areas, worked in those areas, had the cattle ranches in those areas. They're having to rebuild. Okay, let me know your thoughts. Thank you all so much for supporting me here on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Stay tuned for more news and commentary and reviews. I will be going live Saturday, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are able to join the live or stay up and watch the live, please do so. I'm going to be talking about this upcoming April 8th total solar eclipse and why we all may need to be concerned. Okay, like I said previously, it seems as though they're treating this particular total solar eclipse differently than the one back in 2017. I remember the one back in 2017, and I didn't remember hearing all of this talk like I'm hearing now surrounding the total eclipse. I'm going to talk about that in the video. Okay, thank you all so much for your support. Stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks.